What are the recipes to buying a house? Watch this and find out. Hi, I'm Tom Koviak, licensed loan officer. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we talk about first-time home buyers, budgeting, credit, buying investment property, leveling up, all types of topics and things like that to help you make more money and live your best life. If you like those type of topics, consider subscribing to this channel. Now, this is kind of the holiday season and everyone's baking and cooking, and at the time we're recording this, so we're going to talk about the recipes it takes to buy a house. It's very similar to the recipes of making something. There's ingredients. You take all the ingredients, you mix it in there, and pop comes the entree or whatever you're trying to make. It's very similar to buying a house with the same approach. There are certain ingredients you need to buy a house, and that's what we're going to talk about on this video. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's go. The recipes to buy a house. And I don't even like the word house. I like to call it a home. People need a home, not a house. A house is just a building, but a home is where you spend time with your loved ones, your friends and family. You build memories, generational wealth. And I get it. Your housing situation. Housing is a big issue in America. I mean, just not enough housing to go around or quality house. And I don't know what your living situation is, but it's probably not where you want it to be. And that's why you want to buy a house. I can go through multiple reasons, but I get it. You want to buy a house. So watch this video to the end, follow these steps, and you'll have the recipes to buying a house. Okay. So it's going to be the ingredients here. So these are the ingredients. It all starts with credit, then income, assets. You're going to need a lender unless you're paying cash, a realtor to help you find the next step, which would be a property. Now, I'm going to go through each of these steps in a little more detail, but these are the ingredients. When I go out to cook something, I get all my ingredients on my shopping list and put it all there. And that's when the magic comes. So you see the finished project here, but remember that project started here, okay? And take it step by step, okay? That's how you do things, step by step, okay? Step by step. It's the easiest proven method to get anything done, step by step. So I'll go through each of these ingredients or things you need to buy a house step by step. And I'll timestamp it too so you can hop around a little bit. So step number one, it all starts with credit, okay? Credit. Lenders are going to first run your credit. I'm a lender. That's the first step to see your credit score. Now, your credit score is just a reliability number. They want to see how reliable you are. You're asking the bank for hundreds or thousands of dollars to buy this home, and they need to see some payment history, okay? You got to have a strong payment history when it comes to buying a house. If they don't see a payment history, how do they know you're going to make your mortgage payment? So that's the number one. And the briefly about credit is that make your payments on time. Every payment, all payments on time. Don't use too much credit. And then the other one is credit mix. And then the history is 15%. So I say the three main things is payment history, not using too much credit or how much you owe, and then your credit history, okay? So step number one, build your credit. And the easiest way to build your credit, have payment history, is just to have a credit card and put $10, $15 on it and pay it off every single month. If you do that for 4 or 5 years or 2 or 3 years, you build that really strong credit. And you want to build your credit years before you're ready to buy a home. Too many people are trying to build credit while they're trying to buy a home, and those two things are opposite. You need to already have your credit established before you get ready to buy a home. Step two is income. income is very important to buying a home because it's your ability to repay. You got to have verifiable income. And you want to know at least a 2-year payment history, okay? You got to have a payment history of 2 years, no gaps. You can have a little bit of gaps if you can explain it well, but they're not looking for gaps, looking for a 2-year work history, okay? You don't have to be at the same job 2 years, but you got to have a 2-year work history, okay? And when I say 2-year work history, it's like 2 years of W-2, 2 years of 1099, 2 years of self-employed, consistency, and your income level, okay? The income level means you got to make enough money to afford that mortgage payment in your area and money to cover your other obligation and bills. And you got to be able to document your income, okay? People have income, but you got to document it. That's called verifiable income. And you got to know if you're self-employed, which is kind of variable. Lenders look at self-employed income as variable, okay? So you need at least that. And then your future employment prospect. They don't qualify you on the future, but they want to see that it's stable and likely to continue in the future. So after you have good credit, you want to shore up your income. Make sure you have enough money coming in to afford a mortgage and some of the costs that come along with the house, okay? If you feel like you don't make enough, then focus on your income. Get your income a little higher. That way you have a little more breathing room and you feel comfortable buying a house. It's the big purchase, okay? Let's get into step 3. Step 3 is assets or your down payment. Now, this is something a lot of first-time home buyers struggle with, is having 3% plus their closing costs plus taxes and insurance. That can add up. There are down payment assistance programs, but you still need about 1% of the purchase price plus money for your appraisal plus money for your inspection. So you need a little bit of money. Ideally, if you don't have to use a down payment assistance program, that's better. It just gives you a little bit more options and flexibility. Sometimes you can make too much for a down payment assistance program. Sometimes that down assistance program is not accepted everywhere. Not every lender carries it. But assets. And you want to save money as much as possible. Even though you may only need a certain amount of money to buy the home, there's certain things you may want to do when you get the home, like buy some new furniture, paint, whatever you want to do. It's better to have a little more money than less money. Now, remember, you could always get money from your 401k. So if you're working and your employer putting money in your 401k, you can also get money from a family member, like a gift. You can also get money, like I said, from down payment assistance programs, and then you can just save your money, spend less than you make, save your money. So assets. And most time, like I said, most time you're going to need at least a 3% or 3.5% down as a first-time home buyer, okay? So that's step 3. Step 4, this is the fun part. Now it's time to contact a lender. That's me. It's time to get pre-approved, okay? A pre-approval is very simple. Me, the lender, run your credit, ask for your supporting documents for your income and assets, and we give you a letter. After we look at your paperwork, we say you can approve X payment, you can approve for X loan amount. You're pre-approved. Pre-approved means you can go out and look for a home, okay? This is the exciting part. Now, there's a little bit difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. We'll just talk about that. A pre-qualification is normally me just running your credit, asking you how much money you have in the bank, just ask you some general questions, and based on your answers saying you're pre-qualified. Now, a pre-approval means that I ask you and then I ask for supporting documents. So I ask you how much you got for your down payment, and then I ask you to provide documentation. If you can get pre-approved, that's stronger than a pre-qualification. But step 4 now, that you have your credit, you have your income, you have your down payment, now it's time to contact a lender. And I do recommend you get pre-approved by multiple lenders. I recommend a local lender and then a big lender. Just 2 lenders just to make sure you're getting a good rate, getting a good deal. You can compare them both. So a lot of people only work with one lender, and sometimes that could be a mistake. You don't have to do that, but I recommend that. That's way, make sure you get the best deal. Step 5, and this is something that a lot of people do first. Step 5 is you need a realtor. Now, a lot of first-time home buyers contact a realtor first before they do these other steps. But step 5 is a realtor. A realtor is going to help you with your home search. They're going to help you negotiate. They're going to help you how much to offer. They help you with your inspection, your appraisal. They're going to make the process very smooth. You want a good realtor, someone that's been doing this for a while that has experience. So a realtor is very valuable, and they're going to go look at homes with you, send you homes. A realtor can make or break your deals, but there's a lot of great realtors, and that's step 5, find a realtor. You find your realtor, you give them your pre-approval letter, and the realtor will help you find homes based on that pre-approval letter. The realtor will also work with your lender because your lender's working for you and your realtor's working for you. Now you can have a team helping you buy a home. This is exciting, okay? And then step 6, we're almost at the finish line. Step 6 is a property. You got to find a property. Now, it's very important to note that a property has to be in good condition. I mean, utilities working, no unfinished projects. It has to be safe. A lot of first-time home buyers, like myself, we were afraid to buy a home because we thought something would break, like costly, and then we'll have to fix it and we'll be broke. But honestly, you're going to do an inspection on the property. The lender's going to order an appraisal on the property. And as you a first-time home buyer, us, the lender, if there's something wrong with that property, we're going to ask the seller to fix it. Most of the time, we're going to make sure that home is safe, up to code, everything's wrong with it, because that's our collateral. What that means is that if that home's not performing and nice and really, up to code, then you may spend all your money trying to fix a house and not pay us. So we're going to really check that home. And I say that because don't be afraid of costly repairs, because we're going to really expect that home. You're going to expect that home and make sure it's perfect for you. And as a first-time home buyer, I recommend getting a move-in ready home. Move-in ready means you just move in and live in it. There's no repairs, but you can do some upgrades if you want, but it's move-in ready. So the property has to be structure sound, safe, has to meet all the local and codes. So that's the last step, is find a property. And you don't want to look for a fixer-upper as a first-time homeowner. Find something move-in ready and get your home, okay? And let's just recap really quick the steps here. The steps is, number 1, start with your credit. Make sure you have good credit, at least a 670 FICO to 700 FICO. Make sure you have 2 years of strong, verified, stable income. Make sure you have some money in the bank, at least, I would say 3% for your down payment, plus plus 2% maybe for your closing costs and other things, and have a good lender. Then find you a realtor, and then a property. And voila, you have a home. Woohoo! Thank you so much for watching. And we just went over the ingredients to buying a house. Now, I know that everybody's situation is different. There's no one size fits all. You may have questions, okay? If you have questions, comment below. Also, give me a thumb up. Hope you found this video helpful and informative. And again, if you have questions, contact me. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you again on the next video. Thanks.